When the news of Meghan's wedding got out, friends and family were happy. But Meghan, she had already prepared a long list of names she would ditch immediately after marrying a prince. Here is a list of 13 friends and family members Meghan Markle ditched immediately after her royal wedding. Just wait for the 8th name because that person was her ride or die, but she still ditched her. Ninaki was more than just a friend. She was like her sister, her maid of honor, and her go-to person. They traveled the world together, cried in each other's arms, laughed, and gossiped together. With a person like this, leaving them would be very difficult because they have been with you all through your life.
Really huge history with Ninaki Priddy and Meghan Markle. They were friends from about 2 years of age. They attended the Hollywood Little Red House together, which is like a kindergarten and primary school. And they used to visit each other's homes and they knew each other's parents. Ninaki actually described it as being like a daughter in each one's households.
But the moment Meghan met Harry, everything blew up. Meghan had to step up from friendship with a commoner like Ninaki to something royal. Everything they had done together vanished in the blink of an eye. For Ninaki, who was not expecting something like this, she said it felt like watching someone flip a switch.
And she actually said it was amazing, her ability to just turn off the light on a friendship.
And here is where it gets cold. Meghan did not give any explanation about what happened or why she moved on from the friendship. One day they were inseparable, the next day they were acting like they had never met. What a heartbreaking moment for Ninaki. Before the dream of royalty came into view, Thomas was the one working long hours to put Meghan through private schools and even college. But Meghan had been lying that she paid her way through school, but the moment she became royalty, she cut her father off so fast that even Thomas was shocked. Why did his daughter do this to him? Even when Thomas got sick and begged to see his daughter, instead of Meghan responding to this need, what she did was beyond shocking. She abandoned him and kept him at arm's length.
Meghan knows you've had a stroke.
Of course she has to know.
I'm taking it from that she hasn't called you.
No.
No phone call?
No.
How long has it been now?
It's been 4 years.
So just radio silence?
Whether he made mistakes or not, ditching your own father at his weakest moment is something that can't be overlooked. What an absurd way to treat the one and only person who saw the light in her when no one else did. Nick was her agent at the prestigious Gersh agency, and he was responsible for getting Meghan into top movie auditions and giving her exposure. Nick was there throughout for Meghan. He kept her booked and helped her access the little limelight she experienced. But once the famous ring was given to her, Meghan never looked back at those who helped her attain the height she is now. She ditched her mentor.
Now to the West Coast for a Daily Mail exclusive. Meghan Markle has dropped her longtime agent. Reporter Caitlin Becker is joining me now from Los Angeles with more on this one. And Caitlin, this agent has been with Meghan since her early days on Suits, correct?
That's exactly right, Thomas. His name is Nick Collins, and he's been Meghan Markle's agent for years, from Suits through the royal family, all the way up through Megxit. But sources tell DailyMail.com that the Duchess is just no longer in need of his services.
She left the agency without any real goodbye and probably said, "Thanks, I will not be needing you anymore. I am royalty now." Before royal life, Jessica was Meghan's unofficial stylist, confidant, and media coach. She was the person Meghan trusted with her outfits and event connections.
One of my closest girlfriends is here, Jessica Mulroney, who runs Kleinfeld's in Toronto, and she's helping me find the dress. Say yes to the dress. Woohoo! Suit style.
That was the reason Meghan appeared a bit put together before royalty. But once Meghan entered royalty, the dynamic shifted. She looked at Jessica as someone not worthy to fit into her expensive fashion style. And when Jessica got into that controversy online, it became a golden chance for Meghan to distance herself forever.
Meghan Markle is reportedly distancing herself from BFF Jessica Mulroney amid backlash over the stylist allegedly using her white privilege to threaten Black influencer Sasha Exeter.
There was no statement or support from Meghan. She gave her a long distance and acted like she never knew Jessica, even though Jessica literally helped her pick outfits for her early dates with Harry. That is very cold and cruel. Lindsay was not just a friend, she was her college bestie, meaning they played and studied together. Lindsay and Meghan were so close that Meghan was the maid of honor at Lindsay's wedding. These were sisters for life type vibes. But after the royal wedding, everything turned sour. Meghan's communication with Lindsay dried up like Sahara sand. This sudden upgrade in Meghan's status created a barricade between them because Meghan had no time for old friends. Even when Lindsay was pregnant, Meghan did not reach out with the same warmth as before. The friendship fizzled down while Meghan was busy choosing the best tiara to fit her dress. This is one of the most supportive family members Meghan had, but because of royalty, she ditched him. Michael was the one who got Meghan her first embassy internship, which was a life-changing opportunity.
Paid for by her father, Thomas Markle, with her uncle writing a letter of recommendation. She explained our uncle Mike, who worked for the embassy, did it as a favour to Dad. Dad paid for a 5-week study programme.
But how did Meghan pay him back? By erasing him completely from her life and invitations. Michael expected a wedding invitation but never got one. This man literally helped start her career, but when the wedding came around, he was nowhere to be found.
Mike said, Meghan has climbed socially and left us all behind. That's how I feel. I think that's what happens when you're underclass and you're trying to rise above the reality of your situation. She's a prima donna because Thomas treated her really well.
He was pushed aside and not given the acknowledgement due to him. Lizzy was Meghan's friend and her Hollywood advisor. These are the kind of friends to keep close, but Meghan was not that kind of person. Lizzy and Meghan bonded so well that it was reported that Meghan even asked Lizzy to help her find a wealthy British man to date. Well, she definitely succeeded. But after the royal engagement hit the news, Meghan immediately stopped replying to messages, unfollowed Lizzy, and started behaving as if their friendship was a rumor.
Markle. Met her, we were best friends. Yes, she ghosted me.
Did she? Yeah.
Yes.
Does that to a lot of people, actually, by the way.
Yeah, Duke and Duchess of Diddums, I call them Diddums.
It was like Meghan said, thanks for the help, but now you can get lost. Cory was a longtime personal friend of Meghan, and they even dated for 2 years. But when Meghan saw Prince Harry, she wasted no time dumping Cory. She did not gradually move on, she vanished.
Before Meghan Markle had her prince, she had a chef, Chef Cory. Cory Vitiello is a celebrity chef who dated Meghan for 2 years while she was shooting her TV show Suits in Toronto, the city where Cory owns a chain of chicken rotisserie restaurants called Flock.
One moment she was attending his family events, and the next she was smiling in royal cars and pretending she never knew the man who fed her gourmet meals for free. How heartbreaking would that be for Cory? This is the most shocking of them all. Tracy was Meghan's former aunt-in-law and helped raise Meghan when she was young. She picked her up from school, attended events, and was part of her everyday life.
Inside Edition, an exclusive look at some Meghan Markle home videos, just before the former actress's wedding to Prince Harry.
There's Meg. Let's get a close-up of Meg. Look.
But everything changed when Meghan became royalty. Meghan iced her out completely. It was reported that Tracy tried reaching out to Meghan, but she got nothing. No call, no message, not even a postcard. And during the royal wedding, she was not invited.
Tyler says he wasn't at Meghan's wedding, but was in London at the time supporting her.
It seems like Meghan treated her entire upbringing like a background she needed to hide. This woman was by Meghan's side during her climb up the entertainment ladder. She handled her bookings, shaped her image, and built opportunities for her. But when Meghan met Harry, Gina said Meghan suddenly turned cold and pushed her away because she did not want restrictions.
But it was after the second or third date that she sort of saw the real steely resolve in Meghan. And that's where Meghan was saying to her, I have to see him often. I can't let him get away.
Imagine helping someone only for them to toss you aside like spoiled milk the moment they get what they wanted.
Gina Nelthorpe-Cowne received an email from Meghan cutting all ties, sacking her as in her management role, and cutting all ties with her and her company.
Samantha and Meghan were not super close, but they had years of communication and a relationship that evaporated once Meghan had a royal image to maintain. Meghan went from casually acknowledging her to acting like Samantha was some random human wandering the planet. She did not just distance herself, she erased her, and Samantha has not stopped talking about it.
Meghan Markle is sticking to her side of the story. The Duchess of Sussex has reportedly hit back at half-sister Samantha Markle's claim that Meghan lied in her and Prince Harry's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, in which she said she had grown up, quote, as an only child.
Piers Morgan was not just a random commentator. He was one of the first British media personalities to support Meghan publicly. They exchanged messages, followed each other, and even met for drinks in London before Meghan met up with Harry that same night.
On Twitter, publicly and privately, she began sending me early copies of Suits episodes.
Right.
She'd email me from, places like Rwanda. I thought we had a good sort of friendship building.
Piers promoted her work, praised her, and opened doors for her in the UK press. But the moment Meghan secured the prince, she ghosted him with military precision. No explanation, no thank you, no message. She simply blocked him everywhere and moved into Kensington Palace as if he never existed.
Her again.
So what happened?
She ghosted me, Ryan. Meghan Markle ghosted me.
Do you think she just went, gone?
I'm afraid, look, I really liked it. This is why it hurts. No.
Piers later said Meghan used him to climb the British media ladder and dumped him the second she no longer needed him.
I really liked her. I just think she's a slight social climber, I'm afraid.
Even Meghan's critics agreed that this was one of her coldest social disappearances. Thomas Jr., Meghan's older brother, was never extremely close to her as an adult, but he always spoke proudly of her before the royal days. He bragged about her success, defended her, and tried to reconnect when the royal romance became public. Instead of acknowledging him, Meghan erased him completely. No wedding invitation, no message, no public acknowledgement.
And all I got back was distant family and she doesn't know us, which is just, it's just very bizarre how she just basically brushed the entire family under the carpet like we don't exist and then lied about not having a family and lied about she doesn't have a family that she's always wanted. We've always been here.
Even when Thomas wrote heartfelt letters hoping to rebuild their bond, Meghan acted like he was a stranger wandering the desert.
Sorry.
Tom Jr. hasn't spoken to his sister in years, but he did send Meghan a letter to congratulate her on her engagement, but he never heard back.
To the public, it looked like the moment Meghan reached royalty, she abandoned every relative who did not fit the perfect princess image. There you have it. 13 friends and family members of Meghan Markle ditched. Which of these names came as a surprise to you? Let us know in the comments section, and do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.